There's no excuse anymore. Companies saying it's too expensive or they're jacking their prices up. We're sick of it. This thing proves just how cheap it can be and just how good it can be. G'day, Stu here from UAVfutures, and today, well, we're going to be checking out this little this little bad boy right here. This is a little micro DVR recorder. Now what this does, you attach it to your goggles, it records your DVR footage when you're flying around. Everything that you're seeing, it's going to record straight to a little micro SD card. Now the reason this is kind of eye-opening is a lot of the times in the past, DVR is a feature we all want. We all want that in our goggles, but we often have to pay a lot of money for it. And this thing proves that you can do it super cheap. It's like 15 bucks or something. I'll link it down below. It's not even on sale. It's like 15 bucks and it performs exceptionally well. So in the future, companies really shouldn't be charging us through the nose because some of our stuff is so expensive, we shouldn't have to pay more than $15, even less if it's going to be included in a pair of goggles. Anyway, what we're going to be doing, I'm going to be sticking it on the bench, breaking it down, having a quick squiz, then we're taking it out to the field, and I'm going to be showing you guys just how good the DVR footage is. And a bit of a shout out to James Maker, because look, you've won this pair of goggles right here. This is the Eachine EV100. I'll leave a link to this video up here, but I already gave away on that video, and I'm sorry that it took so long, but I was waiting for the DVR. They said it wouldn't be too much longer, but it's finally just turned up now, so they've just started releasing them. So sorry it took so long, but I'm going to be contacting you through YouTube, so check your spam box and all that sort of stuff, because look, you've won this pair of goggles. But for everybody else, let's stick this bad boy on the bench and find out why I'm so impressed. Alright, let's do it. Alrighty, now here it is on the bench, and the first thing, look how absolutely tiny this is. Based on the pictures online, I thought this thing would be a little bit bigger, but in my hand, it is absolutely microscopic. So a very, very small little DVR recorder, really, really cool. Now look, some of the things you get, it's pretty simple. You just get two cords. So let me get the other one. You get these two. You can choose whether you want the long one or the short one. Hook that up to your goggles, and then you've just got the little recorder itself. Now the first thing we're going to do, let's stick it on the scales and find out how much it weighs, because look, weight is an issue when you want to put something on the goggles, because you want your goggles to be as light as possible, because you've got to wear them on your face all day. So you want them nice and comfy, but it's coming in at about, just about 11 grams there. So a very, very light for a very powerful little DVR recorder. Now if we look at some of, I guess, the hardware or the features around the outside, it's pretty simple because it doesn't need to do too much. It just needs to record some DVR and do it well, and I'm happy to say it does do that. We'll be checking that out in a minute. But so you've got your little spring-loaded micro SD card right here, so you can slide it in. I like that sort of style more than the clip one anyway. On the top you've got a couple little buttons. Here's pretty much to not start the recording, but here's pretty much to set it up to get ready, yes, if you want to record. Over here you've got your two little power options, so you can either power it from a USB, which might be useful to some people, but most of us out there, we're going to be flying around with like our Fat Shark style batteries. They've just got a little balance lead, and I think this is a great feature. This is how your DVR should come if it's excluded. I think this is the best way to do it, because what that means, you can simply plug in your battery, plug in your Fat Shark with your normal plug, and then with the little balance lead, that's exactly what you use to charge, or that's exactly what you use to power one of these bad boys. Now look, I like the design of the thing. I think it does its job well. It's nice and simple, which is what we want, because I hate mucking around with menus. I just want to get out and fly. So the easier this thing can make it, the better. Now the DVR itself, look, it records in 30 frames per second. It ends up as an AVI file, which is fantastic, and I'm a big fan of this, because look, it should be in the goggles anyway, like I keep saying, but if you've got a pair of goggles, say something like these bad boys don't have DVR, all you simply do, you put it on like this. This would probably fit really well here, actually. You can see it's not really going to take up too much space as well. It did come with a little sticky pad, but I've been mucking around with it, so I sort of took mine off. You can put access to your SD card right there, and then all you've got to do is take your little cord, plug one end into this bad boy, one end into the video out. That's it. You're ready to go. You're ready to record some DVR. As soon as you hit that button, ready to rock and roll. I'm going to be using this thing a lot. I can really see myself in the future in some future reviews using this to record the DVR, because if I had this when I was recording these goggles, it would have been much easier to show you guys the reception. Anyway, that's it sort of on the bench. Let's cut it out. I want to show you guys some DVR, because look, it's pretty cool. Let's jump out to the field and rip it around and show you some DVR of the little Eachine micro DVR recorder. Alright, let's do it in 3, 2, 1. Flashing to record. Too easy. Alright, let's do it. I don't like this part. That bit's a little bit frustrating. I wish it was a bit shorter. Alrighty, what I've done, I've accidentally deleted the DVR, which is a massive pain, but what we're going to do, we're out here, I'm going to show you some DVR. The flying's not going to be spectacular, but you'll still get to see sort of how it records. We'll show you some DVR, and then we're going to jump back in time to when we sort of showed Grumpy Trev and that sort of stuff. So, sorry I deleted the file, but at least you guys will still get an idea of what the DVR is like. Alright, let's do it. Alrighty, so here we go on board, and look, this one's the world's most boring FPV sort of DVR experience because we're just going out to a local park in my place. I really don't like flying here because the RF noise is totally ridiculous around here, and you know, there's often lots of dog walks and that sort of stuff. But you guys get the idea. I mean, for a $15 DVR recorder, this thing is pretty outstanding. The colors look really good, and sometimes I think when you're sort of recording some DVR, a lot of things look washed out. I know the fat sharks look really grey and sort of miserable. I think the colors in this thing look really, really nice, and yeah, overall, look, I'm just a massive fan of that DVR. So sorry you didn't get some crazy good footage or anything like that. But in a moment, let's cut out and we'll actually hand it over and see what Grumpy drove. We actually watched some of the laptop footage out in the field and that sort of jazz. So anyway, let's cut out to the rest of the actual proper video and go back in time in 3, 2, 1. Alright Trev, so you've just seen some DVR on the laptop. What do you think about that tiny little Eachine DVR recorder?
Well, I've got to say, I was pleasantly surprised. I thought, how can a little thing like that actually record okay? But $20 these things cost.
Well, that's AU.
That's Aussie, guys. Bloody.
It's probably like 15, whatever. I'll link it down below, but bloody cheap.
But the quality out of this was surprisingly good. Actually, really good, in fact. So if you want a cheap DVR, buy these. They work really well. Yeah, look, any of your goggles that haven't got DVR, these are going to work well on. Pictures I just seen, or the footage you just seen, was very impressive. Very cheap way to get some decent DVR footage. So.
And what do you think about the form factor?
Oh, look how tiny it is. I mean, you know, you can Velcro it to your goggles, anything. I mean, we've stuck that there. Well, Stu did pretty slack.
Well, it came with that thing. That's how I had to put it on those goggles.
Yeah. The leads, probably you could make the lead a bit smaller, but the lead's worth $20. So there you go. So, look, for what it is, to me, that's a 10 out of 10. It's that good. Value for money, another 10. There's no crap-o-meter on these.
And performance?
Good. No, really good. 10 out of 10.
Alright, nice.
And
thanks.
I don't give that away easily, I can tell you.
Thanks, Trev. Alright, Lockie, so what's your story? So what goggles do you have?
So I've got the Attitude V3s.
Yep.
And they don't have any DVR or anything. And I don't want to have to pull apart my goggles or get another separate set of goggles. For $20, it's really good to be able to just plug and play. I think it'd be great for someone with high-end goggles like the Attitude V3s, but like if those goggles don't have DVR, they can just get this little $20 DVR, plug it in, and you're good to go.
Alright, what do you think of the footage that you saw?
The footage came out really well. It was very similar to what I saw in my goggles. I like them. I reckon I'm going to get one.
Alrighty, so there it is. There's my review of the Eachine Micro DVR recorder. I'll drop a link down below. And look, I'd run a giveaway on this one too, but I kind of want to use this one, and it's only $15 as well. So you'd probably end up paying more in shipping. It's crazy to think that you can get one of these bad boys. It's not on sale, and it comes with free shipping for $15. So there's absolutely no excuse in the future for companies not to put something like this in their goggles. Because look, if it's that cheap for us, how cheap is it going to be for them to manufacture? So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Drop some comments down below. What do you think about this bad boy? And I'd say for anybody who's looking to get a system, you might want a pair of goggles. You don't want to pay through the nose. You think, oh, I'd really like it, but it doesn't have DVR, and that's a feature that I want. Something like this is an absolute godsend. I know I'm going to be using this in a lot of my future reviews because look, I get a lot of pairs of goggles that don't have DVR, and now I've got that problem solved with this little bad boy. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that. Drop some comments down below. Congratulations again to James Musker. You know, check your inbox because you won those Eachine EV100 goggles. For everybody else, subscribe for more FPV related content, and as always, happy flying. Alrighty, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Definitely subscribe if you're new to the channel and check out these videos. And I'm also going to leave a little link here to my Patreon page because I've got some fantastic Patreon supporters and I like to give back to them as well. So if you want to join the UAVfutures family, there's things like bonus Velcro straps, little bundles of FPV goodies and things like that that also get sent out. Anyway, happy flying.